Here's Sellers.
Great box out on the other end by Alexander.
Wide open look for Brinae Alexander for three.
She earned that. She earned that by boxing out on one end.
Just an all-out effort play from Masonis, making sure she follows up the shot to get it on the offensive glass. Here's another turnover for the Rams.
Maryland in transition. It's Pinzan. Cuts to the paint. Has Alexander for three. Got it! An 8-point lead early in the third quarter.
Yeah, and here's the transition play from Pinzan, who picks her head up, finds Brinae Alexander on the outside. Bottoms up here in College Park.
Dingle all the way out to Jonathan. She tries a three. Air ball. And again, here's Sellers trying to get free. Sellers goes up and give her 2 points.
For Diamond, and here's Brinae Alexander finding Cheyenne Sellers, who gets rewarded for running.
You see that ball is going to be an air ball, and Cheyenne Sellers gives to Alexander. Has some room from three. She takes one. Gets it to go. Brinae Alexander. Miller. Crossover. Three. On the way and good. Brinae Alexander. Maryland opens up a 10-point lead here on Big Ten Plus.
Make that an 11-0 run for the Cornhuskers, heating up from the outside.
Maryland trying to snap the run, the drive. Brinae Alexander puts it in. Off the glass and good. Bourne moves away from her defenders, 3 of them on her, and they're going to make sure that that ball doesn't end up in the basket. Alexander, the drive, off the glass and good. Sellers drives, it gets past Shelley, rebounded by Myers. Brinae Alexander tries the three and hits. Lavender Briggs going to try and reverse that on this possession. Brinae Alexander gets the ball back. Good aggressive play from her inside the paint, and the reverse layup from Faith Masonis goes.
Layden had it coughed up. Briggs to Alexander for three.
Purdue are hustling everywhere on the floor. You see the steal initially that Briggs comes up with Alexander.
Through the first half, Pinzan, an over-the-shoulder pass. And Alexander pays it off with a game-tying three.
I mean, if you're going to get an assist, you might as well do it with Cheyenne Sellers on skates.
Alexander a three. Puts it in. A much-needed bucket to stop.
She was not comfortable at the end of that game, turning the ball over. She has a nice command about her so far today. Three ball is good from Brinae Alexander. Looking for three. That's been their moneymaker today, Alexander. I mean, you just see switch sides of the floor, and closeout is not quick. UConn is at 6 of its 8 shots here in the fourth. Alexander, good for three.
Getting going here in the second quarter. Brinae Alexander defended by Braun. Pass to Sellers. Maryland moving quickly again. Nice pass to Diamond Miller. The and one goes down.
Diamond Miller saying, you know what, I have confidence in my ability. I'm a little bit bigger than you. I'm going to use my body, draw some contact.
Nice rebound from Briggs and the Terrapins. They get it the other way. Brinae Alexander, an open three, falls. Second three of the day. Nice defense by Sellers, and now before that, the three.
Yeah, again, just a nice drive and kick.
Working with it. Finds Abby Myers. 5 seconds. They get it out for the three, and it's good. Brinae Alexander knocks down the tray. And Maryland will take a 9-point lead to the half.
McDaniel driving to the hoop, no good. Rebounded by Myers. Out to Pinzan. Here's a three from Alexander. It's good.
What Terry Moore wants.
Gerzo. Holmes tips it into the hands of Pinzan.
Maryland doing a good job of checking out down there.
And Brinae Alexander buries it in transition. That's a three. From Bargesser, 2-on-1 the other way. Pinzan gives it back.
Really good. I mean, and they've been fighting for it. I mean, defensively, both teams scrapping for it.
Alexander rolls it down, back-to-back buckets. for Brinae Alexander.
Packed in here. They have drawn 7,000 plus fans on a regular basis.
Alexander puts in a three. First three of the half for Maryland.
Maryland just very aggressive on the defensive side, and Rutgers will have to find a way to get through that.
This is Alexander, a three. It's good. Brinae Alexander connects. Sellers to Myers, putting it up. No good. Miller fighting for it. Maryland's going to get it back through Alexander. Myers cutting in and scoring.
Ball handler. And that's just a great pass by Alexander to the cutting Myers. But if we get another look at the Myers coming down the court, she was running with her hands up.
Sellers trying to work it inside. And that is up and good from Brinae Alexander. This is Alexander. Pass inside for Briggs. And yet again, Maryland with a quick two after.
5 seconds on the clock. To Myers, in the corner, to Alexander, and that shot is made just before the end of the half. And that buzzer beater there by Alexander.
Another try, Myers will get it out. Alexander, one of the best three-point shooters in the Big Ten, sees her first one fall.
Gotta fight for it. Abby Myers, look at all the people around her. She's like, well, who's open? Let me get it out of here because there's nothing I can do with it.
Tyler's mom's team is doing well, up 61-44. First of two meetings in the regular season for these two teams. Diamond Miller has been unstoppable in the third quarter.
And Miller, 25 for the ball game, and this is a great pass by Brinae Alexander. Flash it to the high post in this zone.
17 for her. Here she comes again.
Great find. Night long by the Terps, and yes, indeed, fear the turtle and fear Cheyenne Sellers.
And now numbers for the Terrapins. Osmond trying to get back into play. Nice shot fake from Brinae Alexander as she scores and got Parks to jump. Myers with the rebound and up for Pinzan. Now a three from Alexander. 5 points for her.
Clark and Sonano combined for 70 points in their meeting 3 weeks ago. They've combined for 6 only after the first quarter. Brinae Alexander for the Terps. It's good. Martin's three is offline, and Iowa's gone cold. They've missed 5 straight field goal attempts. Free balls are falling all over the place for the Terps. Almost 4 minutes. Another open look for Alexander!
This is exactly what Lisa Bluter's talking about. You don't have to come across and just start chucking. So right away, 2 shot opportunities, 2 quick shots. They're not forcing Maryland to defend, and Brinae Alexander with her 4th three of the first half. Alexander, her first look, she drains it. Mikesell up to 7 points, 3 for 5 shooting. Alexander, that is 3 of 3. One of 5 1,000-point scorers on this team. Alexander, another one, finds Pinzan. Beautiful basketball by the Terps. I hope not the last time here at the shop. Brinae Alexander will counter right back.
I mean, these kids, they can make shots like that, put it on TikTok and everything. Wow, I'm impressed.
Brinae Alexander, beautiful three. 2 seconds for Brinae Alexander. She's got it.
The mechanics on this triple, just watch it. So pretty, the moon ball. And both teams are playing with that supporting cast we were talking about at the beginning.
Brinae Alexander says, my turn. Thanks, Megan. Maryland playing better here in the second quarter, and Brinae Alexander, she's become a knockdown shooter.
Sellers will pull up. Cheyenne Sellers off the rim, no good. Lavender Briggs secures the miss, gets it back up top. Brinae Alexander has the first 3 ball of the season for the Terps. Now Cheyenne Sellers. Sellers Alexander, can she hit another? She can! Brinae Alexander, 2 threes early on. It's 8-4 Maryland. Harmony Turner up top. Nice tip by Brinae Alexander. Nice pass to Sellers. Cheyenne Sellers all the way. Rebound still loose. Kubek has it. Back up top, Sellers. Alexander, another one. That time she's got it.
Post touch for Briggs. And another three-point attempt, knocks it down. Brinae Alexander for 3. Sanaya Wilson averages about 7.5 points this year. Alexander gets a look and sinks the three-pointer.
And despite the fact that this team hasn't shot well early, they can shoot the ball. They've got some good three-point shooters. There's another steal, the second on the game already for Brinae Alexander. And kicks ahead. And it's Lori Porter. And that's picked off by Sellers. Another steal from Maryland here in the early going. Pushing it down on the fast break. Looking over to Brinae Alexander for 3, and that one's in. Right here, Cheyenne Sellers just so good. Stay with us here on Big Ten Plus for early season basketball. Sellers over to Alexander. Stops and swings it down to Masonis. A great pass for an easy 2. On the wing, it's Struther. And picked off by Brinae Alexander, and she's got it all alone for the easy finish.
That's Brown Turner. Turning into the middle, passing it out. Alexander's going to put it up and in. She picks up right where she left off.
Terps playing even faster on defense as we run it back to that Alexander 3. Just such a pure stroke.
Here are the Patriots. Sellers, jumper, no. But Maryland gets it back. That's Alexander back off the bench and knocking down a 3.
Not her usual output.
That goes along with 4 turnovers. Alexander, ever dangerous. Inside to Kubek. It's good.
What a pass. What a pass from Brinae Alexander. For Maryland, you're going to see this Alexander pass again. Great positioning from Kubek to get basket side.
We are tied at 10. Fisher finds a cutting Alexander. Good pump fake, puts it up off the window and in. Trying to find McDaniel, she gets it back. Sellers. Left corner, Alexander, three-pointer, yes!
Cheyenne Sellers, some say could be her team now. Fill that void. She'll give it into Kubek. Out to Alexander. She's always a shooter, and she proves why right there. Here's Brown Turner. Inside to Sellers. Kicking it out. Alexander tries another one and hits another one. Brinae Alexander forcing a Towson timeout. Good board there by Brinae Alexander, and here comes Brinae McDaniel at the other end. Alexander tries another, hits another. She can't miss from deep when she gets hot.
And she just sat on the bench in the spring semester of last season. Now a 6 to shoot. Alexander, yes, from the corner.
15, take a look at this. Wide open, you can't do that to Brinae Alexander. Terps are rolling here in College Park. We've got 10 to go here.
Out there for Markowski, but that's a play the Huskers loved with the center trailing. Alexander straight on, and it's good.
So a couple of them getting into it. Alexander, like you mentioned, making that.
And we saw Maryland get a couple of offensive rebounds on their first 2 possessions of the game and converted them to points. They haven't done it since then until this possession right here. But on the other end for Maryland, after the offensive rebound, they were able to get the ball kicked out on the dribble drive.
Brown will just step back, take a longer three-point attempt, and knock it down.
Good screen movement, and able to knock that one down is Brinae Alexander. But still able to make that space for her. She has really excelled with a lot of pressure right there. Brinae Alexander left open. Iowa, they came out strong after UConn.
Looking for a high ball screen action for Sellers. Try to get her downhill. They're going to switch it.
Springs a 3 for Alexander. Wide open. Cans it to give Maryland the lead.
to conclude a fun back-and-forth opening quarter of action.
Decoy on this play. She's going to draw 2 defenders, and then she's going to make a play right here. Alexander rings up a triple for the Terps.
What a rebound there from McDaniel.
How about the toughness on that play by McDaniel?
Chicago toughness. Meanwhile, leads to 3 at the opposite end. Brinae Alexander.
Bree McDaniel just came up with that tough rebound, and then you've got to find Alexander in transition or she will make you pay 3 times. Previous career high was 19, so solid for her, but now it's all on Cheyenne to see if she can get downhill here for a quick bucket.
Alexander a 3, and it goes down. This game's not over yet.
And Cheyenne Sellers right here draws 2 defenders, gets that pitch back action to Alexander, who lets it rip.
Inside Terry, looking for room. She finds McDaniel. McDaniel the other way. Here's Sellers. Sellers switching it over. Alexander, this could be for history. Yes, sir! Brinae Alexander stands alone. She's hit more 3-pointers than any Maryland Terrapin. Here it is, the historic 3. It is number 107. I mean, she is nearly automatic. Brown Turner. Here's Alexander. Yup. Nothing but net for her.
Bree McDaniel also handling point guard duties for this team in her 2nd season in ascendant year. For the sophomore, Brinae Alexander, an incredible finish
by Alexander. I mean, look, just the attack downhill with the counter move. And again, finishing. We see her, she likes to pick and pop, she likes to shoot it, but she's going to get things done. She's going to work in that post, and we saw that a lot in the Michigan State game that you had, Sloan.
Brinae Alexander with the 3.
She's going to get to the rim, and she's going to get it in.
Taken away by Brinae Alexander. Brown Turner lays it in. From here, the Terps at risk of falling to 500 in Big Ten play. They go to Alexander, and she cans the 3.
7-point lead. Wide open 3 in the corner. That's Brinae Alexander, the leading 3-point shooter on the team. It's a double-digit lead for the Terrapins.
Last couple of possessions for Maryland, they draw up the play to get Alexander going. She'd been quiet, scoreless.
I like this lineup, though, that Michigan has on the floor right now. Kind of a zone-breaking lineup. You've got 4 3-point shooting threats out there.
Alexander puts one up for the Terrapins. Some action right there. Lauren Hansen had the lane wide open, but Masonis cuts in towards the net, over to Brown Turner, and out. They've been on fire offensively all night.
Overload
Swishes
here
through.
on the right-hand side. Tavalde was just probing and poking on the backside.
Wide open, Brinae Alexander, her 3-pointer, bottom. Marisa's 3rd foul of the afternoon. Brown Turner working on pin 2. Masonis, kick to Alexander, her 3-pointer. It's pure.
Masonis thought about that 3. This team does not depend on a long-range shot, but they can make them. Briggs working with Alexander, patient through that pick and roll, and an easy finish for Briggs.
This has really played a role in the success here to start early.
Alexander, she's got it. Brown Turner will dish it off to Masonis into the paint. Alexander, the pump fake. One more try and 1.
What a play. How about that duck in? The positioning there from Alexander. Woo! I see you. Way to stay with it. I mean, that is just textbook.
Lavender Briggs the other way. Bounce back. And that one is pure. Outlet pass. McDaniel galloping into the front court. Cross court. Quick release. And that one goes down for Alexander. 45-33. Alexander, quick release. And good.
And Maryland going end zone that possession as well to disrupt the offensive flow for the Scarlet Knights.
Alexander launching a three, rattles it home, and a timeout called by Coach Washington. Brown Turner swarmed. Asonis finds Alexander, yes!
Camille Hoppy decided to take it to the rack and leaking out. Well, Briggs just kind of flexing her muscle in just a few minutes.
Bring him to Capitas, driving and losing the ball. Good defense by Asonis.
Such a smart, experienced player, Faith Masonis is. Great steal.
Alexander open, she'll let it fly. It's good. And here's Sellers. Nice dish to the corner, Alexander again. She's got it this time. And Maryland takes back the lead.
Fisher, take a look at it. Wide open in the corner. She's going to make those more often than she doesn't.
Alexander converts after a few misses. You don't want to let her get hot. In her 9 minutes on the court, Alexander, nice pass. Kubek with the finish. And the lead is up to 9, but she fouled as well. Digit lead of the game. How about this?
Such a well-designed play. A good give and go there. And great pass.
Here comes Maryland the other way quickly. 3 on the way and good for Brinae Alexander. Here comes Lavender Briggs the other way. Quickly to Faith Masonis. Brinae Alexander, another one. Another one! 2 first quarter threes for Brinae Alexander by Lisa Thompson. She's up to 7. We're back to a 12-point game. 3, Brinae Alexander, you bet.
Off the iron, and now back come the Terps. Cashing in a triple.
He's right, Maryland trying really hard to get into high percentage areas. Ohio State has to make sure they're sending someone back at all times.
A grad student and transfer from Duke. Off to an excellent start. Same side, same result there for Alexander. Her third 3. Megan, where would they be without her right now?
Header. We know Ohio State up 13, but Maryland shooting some nice threes. Brinae Alexander there, she had 3 of them in the first half.
Sellers gets a rest on the bench. The freshman Emily Fisher in the ballgame. And a deep 3 for Brinae Alexander. And a timeout, Wisconsin. Open it up early in this ballgame.
Maryland, they are clicking on all cylinders, especially from beyond the line. That was a tough one. Give her credit for disrupting the footwork there.
And the 2 that they don't get turns into a 3 for Maryland on the other end.
And off. And then the push with the pass. That's why we were talking about how important. And that's when you have to just dial up your focus.
Alexander, maybe the dagger. Knocks in the triple, her 3rd of the night.
Brinae Alexander right here again. Brown Turner committing the defense to the basketball. She's able to.
But just to put things in perspective, Mackenzie Holmes, that she has not been in the game, how many threes have we seen Indiana put up compared to before? Just to put perspective, the opportunity. You take another look. Great dump off pass by Alexander. Great.
That just speaks to levels of players that she's had here, and they're staying with it, staying gritty, like this deal.
Brinae Alexander with the lay-in.
Well, Megan, Illinois, they are putting the ball inside, but now what Maryland is doing, they're crowding that spot. They've stopped 2 possessions by Illinois by bringing people up the rim.
Brown Turner gets to the bucket.
Little ice skating going on. Slippery.
Alexander, another look for a 3. This time she drains it.
Be down a couple of players, but the players who are playing well.
Jakia Brown Turner, that leadership that she possesses, said, don't let up. Let's take this and run with it. As we see a turnover right here.
And leading to a 3. Alexander back to back.
Well, this is what Maryland did on that last possession. Just a flick of the basketball behind McMahon's head, pushing tempo the other way herself. Had a chance to ask her a couple games ago about that, and she said, I'm just trying to come in here and just implore my skills.
Alexander drains another. That is 3 threes in this quarter.
Leading 2 or 3 black jerseys and it's leading to open passing lanes.
8 assists for Jazz Shelley. Alexander, that touch, nothing going. Just 4 rebounds from back-to-back double-doubles. Just 4 in her career. Alexander, great look, she's got it.